Well, the battle is underway for the future of America's farms, wetlands, and irrigation systems. The EPA is trying to grant its protection to every ditch, hole, and puddle in the United States. It could affect each and every one of us, especially Idaho farmers. Tonight, we're on your side investigating the issue. Idaho crops depend on access to irrigation. The complex system of dams, ditches, and canals have transformed what was once desert to fields of immense bounty. The EPA has set its sights on these irrigation systems.
More and more regulation seems to be the norm.
The Environmental Protection Agency is proposing key changes in the definition of waters of the United States. These waters fall under the protection of the Clean Water Act. In an 88-page document, the EPA says it's clarifying what should be protected. Critics say the language allows the agency to regulate nearly everything, from the widest river to the smallest puddle.
EPA continues to want to expand that jurisdiction to every drop of water, no matter where it is.
The new definition of protected water includes natural, man-altered, man-made water, rivers, streams, lakes, ponds, impoundments, canals, and ditches. The definition is so broad, water used on your lawn could be covered if the EPA determines it eventually drains into a river.
It's not about pollution. This is about a government agency wanting to get bigger, wanting to create more regulatory rules.
The rule change would radically change Tracy Walton's life. He's farmed in Emmett for more than 40 years. He fears his crops would fail if he had to get an EPA permit to work in his fields, such as to spray for pests.
In a week's time, they could destroy probably a third of the crop.
There's a cloud of mystery on just how the agency would implement the coverage. Permits may be needed to make any changes in farmlands, such as ranchers do with the BLM. Or the EPA could use their new authority to target individuals.
If you ticked an EPA guy off, he could shut you up. He could pretty much put you out of business.
This isn't the first time the EPA has tried to expand its influence. Twice, the U.S. Supreme Court reined in attempts to change what constitutes waters of the United States.
It used to be once every 2 or 3 years there was something that was really of a concern, but now it seems like there's 2 or 3 every year.
Idaho's senators are co-sponsoring a bipartisan bill that would stop this change from happening. Mike Crapo has called the rule change a blatant overreach that sets a dangerous precedent. Jim Risch adds,
when you get a government agency like this, they are hungry for power. They will every day of the year wake up in the morning trying to figure out how they can control more of our lives.
Idaho farmers say the protection is redundant since state-based agencies regulate land use.
There's really not a need for the EPA. The states are the ones that are doing the heavy lifting.
In the meantime, Tracy farms his land, hoping to continue the work he's done for decades.
It is definitely going to infringe on my rights where I'm not disturbing or affecting anybody else whatsoever.
The EPA opened the floor to comments for 90 days. That was supposed to close back in July, but so much feedback has come from groups such as the Idaho Farm Bureau Federation that the agency had to expand the comment period another 90 days. For now, nothing will take effect until October.